Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm gonna do pure math 4 paper, January 2026 of Edexcel Ial. And last video, for some reason, I got a lot of views, and I'm gonna theorize that it's because it's the newest paper of P3, so I'm gonna do the newest paper of P4 as well. But this time's not in the exam date is already over, so I don't know if it's gonna get as much views as well. It could be, I don't know, maybe just lucky, I guess. Maybe I changed the paper. If you have a reason why you clicked on this video, feel free to comment down. Feel free to like the video. I will do more, and I will be more encouraged to do so if you do so. Anyways, welcome back to hell. Let's do question 1. I forgot what to say, so let's just do the paper. Question 1, binomial expansion. So for these kind of questions, for binomial expansion questions in Pure 4, I recommend just looking at the formula booklet. There's an entire formula for that. No, this one should be, find the value of a, should be, I think we can do 1 plus NAX equals 1 minus 4x. So NAX equals negative 4x. And then what else? And then the second one would be n times n minus 1, and then 1 times 2. And then this is x squared, so a squared also equals 24 over 5. Yeah. And then I think from here we can solve for NNA somehow. Let's see. Negative 4, and then this one should be n times n minus 1 a equals 48 over 5. Oh, x squared, by the way. Not really sure how else I can do this. I guess I can make a substitution here, like a equals negative 4 over n. Then that means, yeah, then this will turn into negative 4 this, and then n minus 1 will equal to negative 12 over 5, n will equal to negative 7 over 5. Or did I make a calculation error? I feel like I did somewhere. Wait, did I make a mistake somewhere, really? For my answers, it looks like I did, but like I can't spot it for some reason. I guess negative 4 over n, this cancels out. Oh, right. Oh, right, a squared, by the way. Yeah, so this should be a squared, right? So that means that should be 16 over n, by the way, equals this. So that means and then n minus 1 will equal to 3 over 5n. So that means 2/5 of n equals 1, so n equals 5 over 2. And then if we substitute back into a, That means we get a equals negative 8 over 5. That should be the answer. So yeah, and then find the value of p. So we just have to substitute it back into the formula. So that would be n times n minus 1 times n minus 2, and then over 3 factorial. This will be ax cubed, and then that would equal to 5 over 2 times 5 over 2 minus 1, that is 3 over 2, and then 5 over 2 minus 2, that is 1 over 2, that is 6, and then a cubed is negative 8 over 5 cubed. This will give you the answer of negative 32 over 25. So p is this. And then state the set of values of x for which the expansion is valid. This one, you just have to memorize it. I think it's in the book. This. It's always, what is it called? Absolute value of x less than a, or 1 over a. Okay, on to the next question. Using find the exact value of this. So pure 4 is testing you about integration by parts. This means you have to look at, you have to think about how you can get this with integration by parts. So the way that I would think about this would be, what derivative gives this? My immediate thought would be 1 over 4 x to the 4th power, and then ln 1 half x. Why? Because if we take the derivative, it will be product rule, right? It will be u derivative v plus u v derivative, and this would give us this answer, but this thing would give us something else, right? Okay, that was just my thought process. If you can't follow, I think you can just put x into the dx, x cubed into the dx. So that would be ln 1 half x d x 4th power, and then the x 4th power would give us 4x cubed, right? So that means we have to add a 1/4 here, equals, and then we can use the integration by parts, so that would give us this thing right here, x 4th d ln 1 half x. Yeah, I'm not sure if A level writes like this, but like this is the way that I understand it, which equals to, oh, by the way, there's 2e squared and 2 here for this. So I don't know, it's kind of messy, but oh well. 1/4 this thing, the ln 1 half x is equal to ln is 1 half x, and then we have to, because of the chain rule, we have to differentiate the inner side. It will be 1 half again, which gives us 1 over x. And a fun fact is, if we differentiate, there's a dx also. If we differentiate any ln xs, we'll get 1 over x, because this a in here doesn't actually affect it. Well, it's just a, how do you say it? It's just a plus c, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's go back to integrating this part. Actually, I want to do this integral separately. So this integral will actually become -1/4 this, and then we got 1 over x, right? So that means it is x cubed, and then dx, which equals to -1/16 of x fourth power. Oh, by the way, this should be x fourth power here, and then the values like this. So there we have it. So this is the integral. Let's call it I. Would actually be like this, and then 2e2. Now we have to substitute back all the values in it. Sure, let's do it. You might be wondering why there's no plus c. Teacher, are you missing something? No, I'm not missing plus c, because it's a definite integral. There are values on the integral. And after substituting, plus c and plus c cancels out, actually. What else? This is this is 2, and then this thing is 4e eighth times. So the whole thing is actually 8e eighth. And then this thing, okay, this thing is e eighth. This thing is 1. This thing is minus how many? ln1 is 0, actually. ln1 is 0, so this is 0. So the whole thing turns into 7e eighth plus 1. Okay. I'm not doing much explanation. I honestly, I think I explained enough. Factorize this. Yeah, I can't explain this. This is, I guess I can say, like, this is a squared minus b squared form. So if you can tell, it is just a plus b times a minus b. So that is how you factorize it. Proof by contradiction to prove, use proof by contradiction to prove that no positive integers satisfy this. By proving by contradiction, so I guess 27 is equal to 3 times 9, right? So that means we can find something like x minus 2y equals 3, and then x plus 2y equals 9. Can this do it, actually? 6 and 1.5. This gives x equals 6, y equals 1.5. Do I have to solve all of them is the problem. How do you prove a contradiction though? Okay, I think the solution to this is, first, since 27 is only 3 times 9 and 1 times 27, so that means you just have to solve for all of these. Then this gives x equals 14 and then y equals 6.5. And these are the only solutions, like positive solutions. But since y is not integer in both cases, and then something, that means like there's no positive integers solutions to this. I think there are other methods, but this is the method that I have, I guess. I think you can do it like x equals 2m plus 1, and then solve for y squared, and then you will see y squared is not an integer, I think. I don't know. That one is weird. Okay, this one just tells you what to do, so... Now, du actually equals to ex dx. So that means we will have to do something about it. And then when x equals ln 6, u equals e to the ln 6 is equals 6, by the way, so that means that u is equal to 10. And then when x equals 0, u equals 5. So the a and b is 5 and 10 separately. So what else? Okay, let's just try to turn this into something. 5, 10. This is u, and then we know that u is ex dx. Du is ex dx. So that means dx is equal to ex, well, 1 over ex du, which is also equal to e to the x plus 4 minus 4, 1 over du, which is equal to u minus 4 du. Okay, this is kind of messy, but like, I hope you can follow me. So this is how u minus 4 is found here, u minus 4. And then on top we have, what is it? We know that 2ex plus 3 equals 2ex plus 4. And then since 2 times 4 is 8, and we only have 3, so that means we have to minus 5. That is 2u minus 5, okay? And then for this one, we'll just use this. And then what exactly am I supposed to do here? Is this a partial function? Partial fraction? Do we have partial fraction in pure 4? I think so. So let's try to do that. So it will be u and then a plus u minus 4b. And then let's try to solve for this. So that means a times u minus 4 plus b u equals 2u minus 5. And this gives us a plus b equals 2 and minus 4a equals minus 5. So this gives us a very ugly a equals 5 over 4 and b equals 3 over 4. What else? Now we can turn this integral into this plus this, I think, and then du, which equals to 5 over 4 ln u plus 3 over 4 ln u minus 4. And then we have to substitute 10 and 5 into it. So we'll have 5 over 4 ln 10 plus 3 over 4 ln 6 minus 5 over 4 ln 5 minus 3 over 4 ln 1. So this is 0 because ln 1 is 0. This is now ln 10 minus ln 5 is ln 2. So this is 5 over 4 ln 2 plus 3 over 4 ln 6. Is this the answer? Oh, you want ln 3. Okay. So this thing equals to ln 2 plus ln 3, right? So you just have to be familiar with the log stuff, I think, for this question. For example, like 10, like if you see a minus on log both log functions, you should be able to recognize that it's division. If it's a plus, it will be a multiplication. If it's like 6, you can separate it into 2 and 3. Like you have to be familiar. You have to do like book exercises or something. Find the coordinates of P. P lies in, okay, like this is just 3 points for you. Like it's 7, so there's 1, I think. So x equals 1, and then 12 minus, this is 12, no, 18 minus 12 plus 4 equals 10. Find dy dx in terms of t. So we know that dy dx equals dy dt times dt over dx, right? Or another way to write it is dividing it by dx dt, because dt dx here is kind of hard to find. So let's dy dt and dx dt first. Now dx dt, how do I do this? Oh yeah, we can just use quotient rule. And then dy dt should be very easy. This thing, if you use quotient rule, which is oh god, I'm miswriting so much stuff. This thing right here. And then you will get 4 2t plus 1 minus 2 4t. I'm not writing it here. God damn it. then that means we just have to use this, and then we divide by this. So we get... what do we get? Let's erase this. I have no space to write. 4, okay, t minus 1 times 2t plus 1 squared over 4 2t plus 1 minus 2 4t minus 5, because we just divide that, right? I think I can simplify this thing, right? This is 14. This whole thing is equal to 14. So that means this is 2t minus 1 blah 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 over 7. Okay, this is the final answer, so I will have to write the full form. So this is 2t minus 1 2t plus 1 squared over 7, because the bottom part is 14. 4 and 14 cancels out and gives 7. Hence find the equation of the tangent to C at P. That means we just have to plug in t equals 3 back into dy dx. So dy dx at t equals 3 gives us 3, this is 7 over 7, so that's 227, that is 28. Y equals, or y minus 10 equals 28x minus 1. If you know, you know. Those who know. Alright, actually, if you don't know, you can just set y equals mx plus c and then solve for m. And you know m is 28. And then you can just plug in this point back here and then solve for c, okay? Y equals 28x minus 18. Given that the Cartesian equation of c is y equals fx, find the domain of f and find the range of f. Okay, so these two are like rigorous stuff. You don't really have to care. All you have to find is the domain and range. If I didn't misunderstand that, right? So let's turn x first. X is 4t plus 2 minus 7, because we have to do this thing. We have to take this out separately, and then you'll see that it's perfect division, so we can get 2 minus 7 over 2t plus 1. What does this mean? That means x has a maximum value of 2, which and not equaling to 2, because this, when t goes to positive infinity, this thing goes to 0, and x would equal to x would approach 2. And then when t equals, can it equal negative 1/2? No, it can't. I think this should be... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it's not negative 1 half. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I am so stupid. Okay, when because t is larger than equal to 0, right? I don't know what I'm talking about just now. So when t equals 0, then this thing equals 1 because 2t plus 1 is equal to 1. 7 over 1 is also a negative 7. So 2 minus 7 is negative 5. So that means its lower bound is negative 5. Now for the range, we can turn y equals 2t squared minus 4t plus 4. And then what I would do is to take 2 out. And then if you're familiar with quadratics, t squared minus 2t plus 1 actually equals to t minus 1 squared, right? So this thing turns into 2t minus 1 squared plus 2. So that means we know that this thing, t minus 1 squared, must be larger than equal to 0, right? So when it equals 0, then y equals 2. So f(x) actually has a range larger or equal to 2 because its minimum value is 2. And this thing ranges from 0 to positive infinity. I don't want to go too in depth into like all of these. I think it comes down to if you are familiar with functions enough. Like if that part is not clear, leave a comment. But remember, like this video, don't dislike it. I want to be motivated to like do more of these videos. Find the coordinates of P. P is the point on L1 that is nearest to O. And then O is origin. Okay, so we can turn this into negative 3 plus 2 gamma. 0 plus 1 gamma is just 1 gamma. 5 minus 3 gamma. And then since this is the directional factor of it, so that means we can just multiply these two together. Yeah. So these two must be equal to 0, these two times together. So that means, how do you calculate this again? These, like this. Equals 0. And then you can solve this equals to 3 over 2, I believe. And then what else? Oh, we're finding the coordinates of P. Then we can substitute back lambda into here. We'll get R equals negative 3 plus 3. Then 3 over 2. Then this is 5 minus 9 over 2. So we get 0, 3 over 2, 1 over 2. Okay. Next one. Given that L1 and L2 intersects at the point Q, find the value of A. Oh, L1 is here. Okay. Yeah, I almost forgot for some reason. So if they intersect, that means, like for example, their x coordinates will be equal. So this plus lambda equals 4 mu. And then what else? Lambda equals A mu. 5 minus 3 lambda equals -2 mu. Now, we can ignore this for now because there's 3 variables. So we only need these two to solve for either both lambda and mu. So for example, I would do 1 plus 2 times 2. That will give me 7 minus 4 lambda equals 0. So lambda equals 7 over 4 mu. We'll just substitute the lambda back into here, and then we'll get 1 over 8. Then what else? We can use these two results to get back here, and then 7 over 4 equals alpha times 1 over 8. So alpha must equal to 2 times 7 is 14. Or this is just A, not alpha. This is A. And then we can find coordinates of Q. Q R equals 0, 0, 0 plus, we have mu and alpha, right? So just 1 over 8 for, what's alpha again? What's A again? 14. And then what number was that? -2. So this gives us 1/2 7 over 4 -1 over 4. Wow, we're only on question 7. My mouth's so dry. X coordinates of P and X coordinates of Q. Oh, they have, okay. I didn't read this. So easily just plug in y equals pi over 4. Then tangent pi over 4 is tangent 45 degrees, which is 1. So we can leave that. And then pi over 4, so that would be pi squared over 16 squared equals 11. So x squared plus 2 equals 11. X equals plus or minus 3. Then dy dx. Alright. So this first thing will give us 2x tangent y plus x squared times. Now tangent y. Now how do we differentiate any function that has a y instead of x in it? We just treat it normally. Well, like, we just differentiate it normally. Like tangent y will be secant squared y, and then since y is a function of x, that means we will have to, by chain rule, multiply by the derivative of y. So x squared secant squared y dy dx. And then plus 32 times 2y times dy dx. Same reasoning. Wait a minute. P, is it? Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, that scared me for a second for some reason. Now we know that p is on the right, so x is 3. This is 3 pi over 4, by the way, so we just have to plug in these numbers back there. After substituting, you should get, what is it? 2x tangent y, 3, what is 6, plus squared seconds. I think this is 18 dy dx plus, what is this? This should be 16 over pi dy dx. I skipped a lot of calculations, but basically, okay, how do you calculate secant squared? This is cosine squared pi over 4, and then 1 on top. This is basically it. And you'll get 2 for this thing. Then the rest should be quite intuitive, so I'm not gonna go over it. Equals 0. Yeah, this thing equals 0, by the way, because how, if we differentiate this thing, not only do we differentiate the left side, the right side would also be differentiated. And the derivative of a constant is 0, right? So this thing equals 0, and then we'll have to find dy dx. Dy dx would, first we have to pull out these coefficients and then move the -6 over here. Then dy dx will finally equal to -6 over 18 plus 16 over pi. I think this is the simplest I can get, right? Next, hence showing your work, find the value of, oh god, what is this? The gradient of the tangent to C at P, and the gradient of the normal. Well, my literal instinct would be 1. What did we calculate just now? Yeah, dy dx at P. So we have, this is the direct, so this is the first part, and then the second part we haven't calculated, which is the gradient of the normal to C at Q. But honestly, there should only be one difference. I will use red to denote the gradient of the tangents at Q. So we know that Q has the coordinates -3 pi over 4, right? Now, if we plug it back in to the equation, to this thing right here, you will see that x squared, so that means it's unaffected, and then this part is unaffected too. Only this part, you see that this is -3, and then this turns into +3 now. So that means in the gradient of tangent at Q, this was the only difference. So that means this will be a plus, and then dy dx would be plus like this. So that means dy dx for Q, and then this is P, would equal to positive of this. I hope that makes sense. Like, it shouldn't take too long. This, you shouldn't calculate it thoroughly again, because you will notice that this part is the same, this part is the same, and then only this part is different, and then this part is moved to the right, so you know, you don't have to change too much. And then we know that the normal, the gradient of the normal is like in first, so dx dy equals 9 pi plus 8 3 pi. And then we have to times -1, so that is negative because the gradient of tangents times normal equals -1, if you remember. Now the final result will be these two multiplied together, which is just 1. Yeah, just 1. Is this the final question? Oh no, there's one more. Whatever. The initial radius of the balloon is this. Use the model. Oh wait, this is part A. Okay, this is part A. What am I reading actually? We're finding dr dt. Okay, these kind of questions will take a bit to like understand, honestly. Okay, so it is the dv dt what equals to -c, because of this sentence right here. It decreases at a constant rate. Now decrease means negative and a constant rate means c. What else? We have to find dr dt, right? So we have to find dv dr some way. dv dr. I'm not sure. Is it a... Do we model it as a full sphere? Okay, I'll just assume like by this word that means v equals 4/3 pi r cubed. This is the sphere formula for volume. Volume formula for sphere, actually. That means dv dr gets us 4 pi r squared, actually. That means dr dt, I shouldn't write it like that. dv dt actually equals to dv dr times dr dt. That would equal to 4 pi r squared times dr dt. So that means dr dt equals to -c/4 pi times r squared. This thing is just a constant, so that means it is a -k r squared. We don't have to care about 4 pi actually, because it's just a constant, you know? Then what else? The initial radius of the balloon is 30 centimeters. After 24 seconds, it is 12 centimeters. Solve the differential equation in part A. So that means dr dt equals this, right? So we solve this differential equation. We get r squared dr equals -k dt. By integrating both parts, we get 1/2 r cubed equals -kt plus c. Then we just have to plug all of these numbers in. So that means 1/3 times 30 cubed equals -k times 24 Actually, no. It says the initial radius, right? So that means t equals 0. So that means this is plus c. So we find c like this. So c equals 9,000. Next, 1/3 r cubed. Actually, it's 12 cubed equals to negative k times 24 plus 9k. 9,000. Then we can just do something like we can just solve for this. That means 24k equals 9,000 minus. Now I don't have a calculator, so I can't calculate this, but I assume it would be very easy to find k like this. And then the answer that I've written down shows 351. That means we just have to save 1/3 of r cubed equals negative 351t plus 9,000. And then we have to find an equation for r in terms of t. So that means r equals to cube root of, how do I multiply by 3 of this? This is so ugly. Minus 1,053 of t. Yeah, t, just t. So this is the answer. Given that t3 equals 0 when t equals big T, use the model to find that. Since the volume is 0, so that means radius is 0 should be. So we just have to find this equals 0. This is the approximate answer you should get. Okay, this looks hard. What the hell? Okay. All right. So k would be here because starting from 0, that means x equals 0. And then y is also equal to 0, so it's here. And then k would be when y equals 0 again. So when does y equal 0? That means it's 2t equals pi. So t equals pi over 2. Because sine only equals 0 when it's 0, pi, 2 pi, etc. And then the closest one next to 0 is pi, so 2t equals pi, if that makes sense. So k, so we already find k equals pi over 2. What else can we find? I think there's a formula that I should know. Okay, I don't remember that one. There's like the one where you rotate and then I think it's something like, yeah, I'm not supposed to guess it. Let me just find the formula. intermission. Your tutor, your teachers learning the content on the go. Oh, okay. So the formula should be v equals pi this and then the dt or dx. Yeah. But we don't have x here. So that should be y squared dx dt times dt. Right. And then we will get pi integral. What is y? Y is 5 sine 2t squared. That's an ugly 2. And then dx dt would just be 6 cosine t dt. And then if we take all the numbers out, there should be pi over 2, there should be 0 here. And then we'll get pi. Then this will be, okay, sine 2t. We know that sine 2t equals to sine t cosine t. And then there's 2 of them. So that means this whole thing equals to 100 times 6 times sine squared t times cosine cubed t dt. Because there's 1 cosine here. So this equals to 600 pi. And then integral pi over 2, 0, sine 2t cosine 3t dt. Yeah, that's what the answer should be. Hence, using algebraic integration, find the exact value to this. Okay, I think this is the harder part, I think. I think I would turn either like sine to cosine or cosine to sine. I think cosine to sine because this leaves 1 cosine, which gives us a very nice, what is it called? Chain rule for integration. Yeah, let's do that. So v equals 600 pi. Then since this is cosine squared t times cosine t, right? So we turn this into 1 minus sine squared t times cosine t dt. Now that means this will be 600 pi. I am tired of writing all of these things all over and over again. This will be sine squared t times cosine t dt, and then minus 600 pi over 2, 0, negative sine 4th power t cosine t dt. Okay, what did I mean by like the chain rule of integration? It basically just means that we can observe that this is actually d sine t, right? So that means we can turn this into, like for example, this is sine squared t d sine t, or actually this is just like u substitution of integrals. If you substitute u equals sine t, then you will see that this is like this integral can turn into like this, like u squared du, and then negative u 4th power du. What else? Yeah, this is the intermediate step. Like, this is what you might have to notice first. Then, okay, I don't have to write integrals anymore. This answer would be 1/3 of sine cubed of t minus 1/5 sine 5th power of t pi over 2 0. Then we know that pi over 2 of sine pi over 2 is 1, and then sine 0 is 0, so that means this is just 600 pi 1 over 3 minus 1 over 5. This gives us 80 pi. Finally. Okay. Yeah, I think I did an okay job explaining this paper. I mean, no comments ever tell me like what should I do, what I should improve on. Like, I don't know how good I'm at teaching stuff, to be honest. Please like the video, regardless of like even the intermission in the middle. Like, just ignore it. Yeah, if you want to see more papers, just leave a comment, leave a like, etc.